What happened on day 3 of the Bassmaster EQ Series on Lake Okeechobee? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. Day 3. Only 10 anglers fish this final day. Today is the day when we find out the 10 anglers who are qualifying for the Bassmaster Elite Series in 2026. We also find out who's the angler of the year, who is the angler that wins this event and gets to go to the Classic. So there were a lot of storylines, especially they're on Lake Okeechobee. Someone could catch an absolute pig. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now, Lake Okeechobee really didn't fish very well. It was good, maybe slightly above average, if not average, but I think the cold front that we had the last few days really affected the fishing. I don't expect it to be like that in a day or two because we've had some really warm weather the last 2 days. And I need to make sure I say it right off the bat. Congratulations to Caleb Hudson. He won this event. It means he qualified for, not only did he qualify for the Elites for 2026, he got his qualification to the Bassmaster Classic in Knoxville, Tennessee. He just beat Robert G., who jumped into this event trying to qualify. And great job to Robert for a great second place event. As I said yesterday, only 74 anglers made it to this final event. Not that they made it to it, but they were the ones that were fishing it. I give it up to all those anglers that stuck it out, trying to make it to not only to Elites, but to show what you are, to show what you want to do. So congrats to everybody. And I'm happy to announce the 10 anglers that are going to qualify for the Elites. We'll now know who's in the Classic. We'll now who knows in the Elites. But it's really nice to see an oldie but goodie, Russ Lane, re-qualify for the Bassmaster Elites in 2026. He has really been one of the best anglers out there. I think he ended up finishing in 2nd or 3rd place. And also Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour, Michael Neal ended up finishing 23rd in Angler of the Year points. Just like Mark Menendez was fighting to guarantee a spot next year, he finished 57th in Angler of the Year. And there were some seriously big names in this field of the 74 anglers. And that included Great Buck, Laker Howell, Brandon McMillan, Bobby Bakewell, River Lee, and Bo Browning. And there was one angler that was really disappointed, just like the angler who was disqualified, and that was Matt Adams. He had a terrible day too. He had problems with his boat, problems with his trolling motor. It just wasn't his day. But if you missed Matt's Facebook video, he was very brutally honest. He talked about the struggles and what it takes to be an angler, and that there are a lot of times you want to be that elite angler because it comes with more sponsorship and that elite status, but he took it on the chin in terms of payouts. He talked about how there were some payouts. Sometimes he went someplace and with entry fees and gas and lodgings and all of his expenses, he was in the hole $1,000 or $2,000 at certain events. And that's not good. If you're going to get a check, hopefully it covers your tournament fees and your expenses. And I think the one thing the EQs need to do and the Opens need to do is they need to figure out the payouts to be better. Pro Circuit did it this year and really made a drastic jump. Anyone that's fishing, no offense to the Opens or EQs or MPFL, the Pro Circuit makes more sense financially. It might not be what everyone wants to hear. And I understand people want to go to the Classic and make the Elites. But if you're doing it as a business sense means you need to look at where you're getting paid the most. And I really do hope that the Bassmaster really looks into doing something about the payouts, not only for the Elites, but for the Opens and the EQs and everything else, because it's a necessity right now. With inflation and gas prices and boat prices and trucks and everything going up, to go out to a tournament, spend the amount of money you spend on entry fees, not guaranteed to check because you're gambling on yourself, and then come back in the hole isn't going to make fishing grow. It's not going to make it popular. And if we want to grow the sport, we need to show that the people who are putting in the effort to go that next level, to go as a professional, that they can be profitable, make money for themselves, and make money for their families. And while this was really a great tournament, these two things, and I think his name's Tao, and I apologize if I have it wrong, these two will damper what this Elite Series or Elite EQ event was. And that's disappointing because Bassmaster made some drastic change in this one to broadcast all 3 days, to give us these options, these great options on who would get a cameraman and who wouldn't. And in a year where we have again had our ups and downs in all the leagues, especially the Bassmasters, this final event might be looked at not who qualified for the elites, which it should be about, but those two people, the one disqualification and the one angler, just being brutally honest about payouts. And the payouts is something all the anglers do talk about. And it's something that just needs to be worked on. And I'm confident Bass will do that. I really am. I think they see it, and I think they realize they have to do it. So does other leagues. Now, in the next couple days, we'll not only know who qualified or takes the bid for the Elite Series for 2026. We'll also know the full field of the Elites and the Classic here over the next few days too. So congratulations to everyone, especially Caleb. Now the top 10 anglers, I believe, and I could be wrong, that are going to get their qualification to Elites include Fisher Anaya, Russ Lane, Aaron Jagfeld, Austin Cranford, Sam Hagney, Matt Messer, Tristan McCormick, Caleb Hubson, Paik South, and Brock Rockenmeyer. So congratulations to all those guys. What did you think of this event? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did those two events overshadow this top 10 who are going to qualify for the elites? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on this channel. I really do appreciate it. If you are on your phone and you have that hype button, do me a favor, hit that hype button. You can do it 3 times a week. I'd love for you to do it on this channel all 3 times because it helps the channel grow. And I can't say thank you enough, so thank you. But again, if you're not a subscriber, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. And thank you for everyone who's checking in on me. Still, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is. Tunnel just seems to get a little longer every day. But I really do appreciate everybody. So thank you again. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines cheers, and get your fish on.